I'm Anil Kumar. Let me first thank my subscribers for this question. They want to understand how do we divide terms with square root. Now for that simple question, I've actually created a list because this is indeed a very difficult question to answer. So I'll move in steps and let us see how to divide functions with square roots and then also with other radicals. So we'll begin with square root of 12 divided by 2, move on to square root of 12x minus 3 divided by 2, and then complicate it a bit more, writing it as square root of 12x squared minus 6x plus 10 divided by 2x, right? So I hope with these steps you will get the idea, and then in a couple of videos I will complicate this structure and see how to really do such questions. So let's begin with the very first one. So when I say square root of 12 divided by 2, I could write 2 also as a square root. So I could write this as square root of 12 divided by square root of what? So if I have to take this inside the square root, I have to really square it, right? So it is 2 square. Perfect. It becomes 2 square. Because 2 square square root could have been written as 2 also, right? So basically what I have here is square root of 12 divided by square root of 4, right? Now in radicals, if you have the same structure of radical, now the square root, you could actually do the normal division like 12 divided by 4. Do you see that? So this is how it reduces to. So I hope these sequence of steps help you to understand the whole process. And now 12 divided by 4 is simple. It is 3, and so we get square root 3 as our answer. Correct? So we could write this as square root 3. Correct. Now you can check this answer also. How? 12 could have been written as, so let me go ahead one more step here. Square root of 12, we wanted to divide by 2. I could have written 12 as square root of 4 times 3 divided by 2. And 4 square root is 2. So I could write 2 square root 3 divided by 2. And now in this case, 2 and 2 cancel off and we get square root of 3. So we know this answer is perfectly fine. And this strategy of taking 2 inside the square root with a square works. You get an idea, right? So this strategy works, and that is what I'm going to use in solving these questions. Correct? So now let's begin with the second one here. So let me change the ink. So I hope the concept is clear, right? Okay. So let's do this one, which is okay, let me do it here, and I'll do this down here. So we have square root of 12x minus 3 divided by 2. So I could write this as square root of what? I could divide it as 12x minus 3 divided by square root of 2, which is 4. Is that okay? Square of 4. Just as we did here, right? And now this could be written as square root of, so we have 12x divided by 4 minus 3 over 4. Perfect. And we could write this as square root of 12 divided by 4 is 3, 3x minus 3 over 4. Does it make sense to you? So within the square root, we could write it like this. Correct? So I hope these steps are clear. Sometimes it becomes important to kind of rearrange as we did here, right? Okay. Now let's do this, which looks slightly more complicated. So what I will do here is, so we are doing part C now, which is square root of 12x squared minus 6x plus 10, right? That is what it is. And we are dividing by 2x. I could write this as 4x squared. Does it make sense? So I just squared 2x, made it 4x squared, and then I put it within the square root. If I want to take it out, it will be 2x, right? Square root of 4 is 2, square root of x squared is x. It is actually absolute x, but you can write this as x also, right? Especially when these numbers are positive. Okay, Anyway, let's move on with this. So that actually gives you an idea that you could do like this: 12x squared over 4x squared, right? Minus 6x over 4x squared plus 10 over 4x squared, correct? So it divides into all of them, correct? And this could be written as, now we can simplify just as we did here. So I hope you understand these steps which you've done here again. 12 divided by 4 is 3, x squared cancel, minus 6 divided by 4, that is 3 over 2, right? 3 over 2. Let me write 2x, since x and this one of these x cancels. And this could be written as, dividing both by 2, we get 5 over 2x squared. Do you see that? So the part C could be written in this fashion. So I hope with this you get some understanding about how to work with square roots and numbers, how to divide them especially. So we'll take a few more examples in this series. You should go through them so that you really understand how we could divide cube root by square root, right? So the question is, how to divide cube root by square root. So we are trying to find a solution to cube root of, let's say, x plus 2 divided by, let's say, square root of x. Let us say that is the question which we need to work on, and we need to really understand the concept to get to that place. So we are gradually moving. We'll take 2-3 videos in steps to understand. My request is to go through them all. I hope you appreciate it. Thank you and all the best.